No, Ricardo, and we're trying to. Yeah, if folks could see how this is going on for us right now, of course the press box faces east, and the wind is blowing out of like the east-northeast. So, and of course, as we go live here and we're about ready to hit kickoff, the rain has really picked up. So credit our guy Jim Rosandick here, Rosie, for MacGyvering quite the contraption, quite the setup. Nothing you can't fix with a bunch of garbage bags and some duct tape. Ricardo, we don't care about how if we're wet, right? We care about if our equipment stays doesn't get wet. So, but it's gonna be an interesting night. I'm imagining a lot of stuff on the ground. Can't imagine the passing game's gonna be too effective tonight. And we'll see which team can get its running game going. Two really good defenses facing off. So that combined with the elements, the wind, the rain, you got to think it's going to be a low-scoring defensive slugfest tonight, and a lot on the line. We all know that Kaukauna, they played last night, beat Appleton East 41-14, so the Ghosts clinching no worse than a share of the FAA championship. A chance for Kimberly, a win tonight would give the Papermakers a share of that title as well. So definitely a lot on the line, and of course, we all know what's coming up tomorrow too, right? The seedings, the playoffs, the brackets, and a win for Appleton North tonight would certainly give them, I would think, a pretty favorable playoff road. At least, I would think, at least a couple games at home here. So a lot riding on the line, both conference championship-wise and seeding purposes as well. Mm-hmm. Presentation of the colors.
Followed by the playing of our national anthem. Please remain standing until the Scarlet Drive has exited the playing field. Rob Tom and the Lightning welcome Coach Fred Michael with and the Papermakers of Kimberly High School and the Fox Valley Association game. Please direct your attention to the visitor sideline and let's welcome the varsity players of the 2022 Kimberly Papermakers. Coach Michael with and his staff and the Papermakers. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the North Outfield. Ladies and gentlemen, parents, coaches, fellow students, and football fans, welcome to the 2023 Kimberly here at Paul Engen Field. Tonight we gather to honor a remarkable group of young men.
Hey, Ricardo, Kimberly 6-1 overall, 5-1 in the Fox Valley Association. Papermakers ranked 6th in the large division this week's Associated Press State poll and 4th in Division 1 in this week's WithSports.net State Coaches poll. They're coming off, Ricardo, a 14-13 loss to rival Kaukauna last Friday. That was a Fox Valley Association matchup at Kaukauna. The loss was the Papermakers' first of the season, snapped their 19-game winning streak against the Ghosts, who hadn't beaten Kimberly since the 2003 season. Kimberly jumped out to a 7-0 lead in the first quarter. 23-yard touchdown pass from Carson Pendleton to Brennan Grams. Kaukauna then scored twice in the second quarter. The latter TD, a 79-yard run by Ghost quarterback Finley Dorio to grab a 14-13 advantage. Pendleton's 11-yard, or check that, 14-7 advantage. Pendleton's 11-yard scoring toss then to Gavin Tyson with 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter made it 14-13. The snap, Ricardo, on that extra point kick was a bit low and then bobbled. And Kimberly attempted to run it in for 2 points but stopped a yard short to make it 14-13 at half. And that's how it ended up, right? 14-13. So no scoring in the second half. Kimberly did have a chance late to retake the lead, but back-to-back sacks set up a 4th and 11. And then on the next play, Kaukauna came up with the game-clinching interception with just a minute 8 remaining. Pendleton threw for 163 yards and 2 touchdowns on 18 of 26 passing. He was intercepted 3 times. Tyson led the way in rushing with 48 yards on 15 carries. Marcus Doucette was next with 42 yards on 7 attempts. Bryson Veith, top receiver with 8 catches for 85 yards. Grams was next with 6 receptions for 65 yards. Defensively, Sawyer Hanlon's 7 tackles were a team high. Thomas Myers was credited with an interception. On the season, Pendleton has thrown for 923 yards and 14 touchdowns while completing 63% of his passes. He has 5 interceptions. Tyson, the top rusher, with 708 yards and 7 TDs. He's averaging 5.2 yards per carry, 101.1 yards per game. Doucette is next with 350 yards and 5 scores. Veith and Grams, team leaders in receiving. Veith 30 catches lead the way. He also has 375 receiving yards. Meanwhile, Grams has 28 catches for a team best 393 yards. Both have 5 touchdown catches. On the defensive side, Kobe Oberman has 36 tackles to lead the way in that category. Braden Ellefson is next with 34 stops. Brody Beck is third with 32 tackles. That's, again, these are according to WithSports.net. Sawyer Hanlon and Sam McGivern have posted 6 and 5 sacks, respectively. Thomas Myers' 2 interceptions are best on the team. As a team, Kimberly averaging 135.4 passing yards per game and allowing 99. Papermakers are averaging 168.7 yards per game and allowing 105. And then looking at the scoreboard, Kimberly is averaging 24.6 points per game and allowing 10.8. And as Ricardo said, we don't know who either team will be playing next week. Both playoff bound, and we're going to find that out tomorrow morning. And more on that and how that's going to all play out later on here in the webcast. Yeah, he did it. But he did. Well, Ricardo, it's called planning, right? We kind of had a feeling. We had a feeling, right, Rosie, that we knew that east wind was going to be howling into the press box and it's going to rain. So Rosie has half of our window, because we have to have open windows so the cameras can see the action, but half of the windows are covered in plastic, so it's just the upper half. And then everything that's electronic, Ricardo, is covered in garbage bags and duct tape. So I think we're going to be okay. It looks kind of like, if you look at the radar, Could be maybe a bit of an open pocket here. Maybe at the end of the first quarter, maybe the end of the half, we might have a dry second half. So, what's your thought on the weather, and how's it? It definitely could play a factor here tonight. Yeah.
Number
14-7, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Good thing is, though, turf fields, right? So the field conditions should be good. And if this kind of goes par for the course for us, right, in our Varsity Game of the Week live streams, we've had a bunch of really close games, one-score games. I think that's what's going to happen again tonight. Hey, I want to thank our sponsors. First, Cellcom. At Cellcom, putting you at the center of all they do means saving you $500 when you join. You choose the plan, number of lines, and phone. Visit Cellcom.com for details. Don't forget about ETS Performance, the leading provider of sports performance training for athletes across the Midwest and Northeast Wisconsin. ETS provides the customized approach to strength, speed, and injury prevention training for athletes of all sports, ages 8 and up. Train like the pros and take your performance to the next level. Visit etsperformance.com to schedule your free athlete evaluation today at the ETS location nearest you. And I know they have one here in Appleton and one in the Green Bay area. Finally, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Get your team, club, or business name out there with Cooney's. They customize products specifically to fit their customers' needs. Delivery service is available. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email, Cooney's, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net. He is, yep. The legendary Paul Engen, Wisconsin Football Coaches Association Hall of Famer. Kimberly will kick off to start this game. And back to receive, number 11, Michael Guido. Number 17, Jack Robinson. A low bouncer. Looks like that's going to be Robinson carrying it. And we are underway at Paul Engen Field. Thanks to everybody for joining us on this very wet Northeast Wisconsin night. And Ricardo, for the most part, it's been pretty good weather for our streams, for our Friday nights, but Mother Nature is saying, not tonight. Maybe giving us a little taste of what's to come in the postseason. By that state semifinal, it'll be snow and ice. Handoff. Robinson has it right away, and big old number 90. First one there, Sawyer Hanlon, the junior defensive lineman. But a pretty good start. Good run for Robinson and a good push by that offensive line for Appleton North. How long before these athletes kind of ignore the elements? Probably already, right? Play fake. Kreitzer nowhere to go. Trying to find something and just gets rid of it. Intended receiver there was Caden Prince, kind of sliding down, low pass, but that was more of a throwaway, Ricardo. Looked like Kreitzer looked right, didn't see anything that he wanted, and wisely just lives for another down rather than trying to force the issue here. But a third down and a chance right away for this Kimberly defense to get off the field. Yeah, Kreitzer really having a nice season. I'll break down his stats. Yeah, no picks on the season. Don't want to jinx him, but really doing a nice job for Rob Salmon. Nice to have that experience. Robinson trying to find somewhere to go, and I think number 26 for the Papermakers, that might have been Landon Van Offeren, the junior defensive back, Ricardo, getting in there, getting Robinson around the waist in a 3-and-out. Good job by the Kimberly defense out of the gate. Yeah, back to receive, Cody Oberman, number 0. Again, wind is a crosswind coming out of the east, so coming towards your screen. Low punt, and I think that's just a wise move, right? Just get out of the way. Oberman saying, I'm not going to bother trying to feel a slick football, and it'll be marked at the 25-yard line. So our first opportunity to see the Kimberly offense. Looking at the all-time series, Kimberly leads 20-11. Papermakers, Ricardo, have won 12 of the past 13 meetings. Last time these two teams played, that was week 4 of last season, Kimberly winning 17-0. Blake Berry, remember him, scored both of the Papermakers touchdowns on a pair of second quarter 1-yard runs. The Kimberly defense limited Appleton North that night, Ricardo, 45 yards. And there's Tyson, and there's not much there either for Tyson. Number 4 for Appleton North, Bobby Saum, the junior linebacker, getting in. One thing about that Appleton North defense, Ricardo, right? So much speed and talent on all 3 levels. Great linebacker play. Couple yards on that run by Tyson as Carson Pendleton waiting for the snap here. Early first quarter, there's a handoff. This time it's Marcus Doucette looking for a seam, and watch out. He's on the run now. Doucette in Appleton North territory. Good run and a good little cutback. He saw a little opening there, took off. Yeah, Marcus. Yeah, sorry, Ricardo. A 5'10 junior, 200-pound running back, and we've seen him a couple times now. It's our 3rd time streaming at Kimberly, and it just impressed with not only his power, but you kind of saw the jets, right? He turned it on when he got in the open field. Hand off to Doucette again. He cuts it back inside, just looking for some space, and gets a few yards there. Again, a crosswind, so can't imagine, at least unless the wind settles down a little bit. It's not really howling, but there's a wind, and can't imagine we're going to see a whole lot in the passing game tonight on either side. Yeah, right. Doucette now has, again, stumbles, but regains his balance, plunges forward, and now you have 3rd down coming up in presumably a 4-down situation, 4-down territory, I would think, based on where they're at inside the 40-yard line, down to the 37, 38. 3rd and 3 coming up. Yeah, look, remember number 93. We'll talk about him. Was that Bruchak that kind of fools you? You sleep on him, and he could maybe get out and catch a pass, but instead it's a handoff to Gavin Tyson. And just enough. Well, it's going to make for a fast night. And the first pass, Pendleton, ooh, a little high. Bryson Veith, the intended target there. And just a little too high, but Ricardo Veith was defended as well. Handoff, Doucette again, trying to bounce around. Good job tripping up Doucette. I thought maybe he had a seam. I think that's Brock Arndt getting his paws on Doucette, so 3rd down coming up. Got a few folks saying, Ricardo, they can't hear you, so we're going to try to get that all situated. Can hear you pretty good. Rosie's scurrying to work some technical stuff, but I'll do my best to kind of keep everybody up to date as to what's going on here. Third down for the paper makers. And this time it's Tyson, again, trying to find something. And guess who? Brock Arndt saying, you're not going anywhere. Just wraps his arms around Tyson's waist, and fourth down coming up. Go ahead and say something, Ricardo. I don't see his levels bouncing too much like mine are, Rosie. So we'll try to get that situated here.
There we go. Now I feel like I can.
There we go. Now we got you,
All
Ricardo.
right. Can you hear me, guys? Listen, you need to hear me
I
on
know.
the live stream.
Hey, a lot of people were tweeting me saying we can't hear
They
Ricardo.
gotta hear me.
Maybe I should be quiet.
Yeah. Big down, 4th and 5 at the 31.
Yeah, Pendleton, watch out.
Look
He's got to
out.
get rid of it.
Oh, no.
And, wow, what a catch. But he's short. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
It's close. Brett, I thought that was going to be intercepted at
I
first.
did too, but guess who? Connor Bruchak, the junior wideout who wears number 93, and let's see where the official spots it. And it's a first down. What a catch in traffic. Great hands, great concentration by Bruchak, and Ricardo Pendleton.
He took a hit.
He took a hit because he had to get rid of it. Two defenders in his face. What a throw, what a catch. Needed to get right to the 25, and that's where they have it spotted.
Needed 5, got 5.
Yeah, fourth down throw. So the Kimberly drive continues here on this wet Friday evening at Paul Engen Field. Yeah, Rosie, I'm sorry, folks. Rosie says he accidentally muted Ricardo.
Yeah, I'm sure it was an accident.
Pendleton, he's not going anywhere. I don't know if that was a busted play or what happened there, but how about Bobby saw him not biting for it? The junior linebacker wraps up Pendleton, and that's going to be a yard loss. 2nd and 11 coming up. Actually, we kind of, Rosie and I were kind of hoping that we could just mute you the whole game and nobody would notice.
Yeah, well, that didn't last long. Thank you, people of YouTube.
Yeah, we actually had Jeremy Klussman, our friend. Jeremy, we got to see a Clubhouse Live sometime. The new location. Second down, Pendleton waiting for the snap. Tyson right behind him. Tyson gets it, veering to his right, and boy, what a tackle there. That time it's number 7, Brady Lamont, the senior linebacker. Another linebacker making a play for this Lightning defense.
Boy, oh boy. I think we're in for a treat when it comes to an old school classic game.
So far, Ricardo, we've seen Arndt, Salm, and now Lamont making plays from that linebacker spot, just shooting those gaps, getting in the backfield, and not letting go. They wrap up. You're down. You're not going to break too many tackles against that Appleton North defense. Third down now for the Papermakers as Pendleton waits for it. Play fake. He's got time. Going to loft one downfield into the end zone, and is it
I think he
caught?
caught that.
It is.
Wow. That was over, I think,
Bryson Veith.
3 North defenders were there, Brett.
Bryson Veith with the touchdown reception. I didn't get how many yards that was.
26. Brett, I don't
26.
understand how that was even completed. It looked like North had great coverage behind and in front of him. Well, I should say to the side more, but just a pinpoint pass from Pendleton.
Wow.
A nice catch from Veith, and boy, oh boy.
That's back end zone, too.
Yeah, I was going to say there wasn't much room to play with there where he threw it.
You're right, Ricardo, you're saying with defenders all over him, but then to concentrate and make sure at least he had a foot in bounds. A heck of a catch. And the PAT is good. That's Hunter Berry. And as we look at our Cellcom and ETS performance scoreboard, the Papermakers striking first with 4:04 to play. Kimberly leads 7-0.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone for giving us a head up with the audio issue.
Yeah,
Jack Kreitzer and Diver Duck Down on YouTube were telling us, Brett. Appreciate it, guys. The people have spoken. They want more Ricardo.
Actually, I've had people now contact me saying turn them off.
Oh,
So.
yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Good one.
Well,
we've heard enough. Cut his mic.
Well, what a drive, and what a throw, what a catch. I mean, that's just execution all the way around. And Ricardo also credited that offensive line because Pendleton had some time to look downfield and get one off. Just rainbows one to the back of the end zone, like we said, in traffic against that boundary, that back end zone, that back out of bounds area, and comes down with it. 26-yard pass from Pendleton to Veith. And that is the first score here of this game. Remember, Kimberly trying to share the FVA title with Kaukauna this season. There's Robinson on the return. Kaukauna clinching at least a share of the FVA title last night. They beat Appleton East 41-14. Boy, East really started out so strong, right? Just really kind of fizzled out the Patriots down the stretch.
Yeah,
they had some injuries, right?
They did, but still, I mean, I'm sure Coach Kromenacker is not happy with how that kind of unfolded because they were really competitive for a while there.
Felt like they're on the verge, didn't it? And but how about Kaukauna? We'll talk about the Ghosts here in a little bit after Kreitzer waits for this snap, handoff. Robinson has it, and not much there for Robinson. Number 90 there on the tackle, Sawyer Hanlon.
Yeah, by the way, Brett, people are also saying, hey, the down and distance isn't working, but I think it's because it's not on the scoreboard. Is that they can't seem to see it? I'm just showing Rosie this right here on my phone.
We'll get that fixed as well.
Thank you, everyone. We really appreciate this interactiveness. 2nd down and 10 for Appleton North.
Kreitzer going to keep it, and Hanlon was not fooled in the least. Just blew through, and a penalty.
Whoa.
Is that going to be against Kimberly? And I think it's going to be a face mask call against the Papermakers. Personal foul, face mask, Ricardo, on Kimberly, negating a big stop by Hanlon, but kind of like a theme we've seen in some of these Papermaker games we've done, right? That defensive line. You know, we talk about how good that linebacker core is for Appleton North. Kind of the same deal when you look at that Kimberly defense and how physical and fast that front is.
1st and 10 from the 44 after that face mask. 15-yard penalty. Kreitzer back to throw. And no one. I think there was a little miscommunication, Brett, with Tamori. 2nd down and 10 for
Rosie,
Appleton
I think
North.
you have it on the down and then ball on, not the down and distance. It's not on 2nd and 10. Yeah. So you need to have it on 2nd down, 10 to go. You have it on 2 go and ball on. So we'll get that squared away, folks. 2nd down and 10 here. And looks like Kreitzer is going to set up for that little option pitch.
Brings up a 3rd and 10 situation. Yards tough to come by for Appleton North.
But Kaukauna, only the 3rd FVA title, Ricardo, for the Ghosts now, and it's their first since 1995 when they won the outright league championship.
I was right out of high school at that point, right out of high school.
Kreitzer are going to try to
they have some room
yeah,
here.
They do, and look at
have
this.
some room
they
here.
Got some blockers as Robinson gets the first down. Nice little play design. Get everybody crashing one side, set up the blocking on the left, and Robinson, as you said, had a nice lane, a lot of turf in front of him for that first down.
Yeah, and it's almost like, I don't know if Robinson was surprised to see that much green in front of him. Very well blocked by Appleton North's offensive line. Good. I mean, anytime screens are obviously timed plays, Brett, so good job by everyone involved. 19-yard gain, and more importantly for North, a first down.
High snap, good job by Kreitzer there. Watch out under pressure, and
He
it's
caught
caught.
that? He did.
Boy, oh boy. What a catch there. That's Caden Prince along that far sideline. Or are they saying incomplete? No, they're bringing the ball back.
Oh,
I thought he caught it. Yeah, I think the Lightning fans in front of us, Ricardo, too, I think they thought that was a catch, but didn't see the ball squirt or bounce, but officials right there.
I liked Kreitzer's placement there. You know, he gave enough air under it, and that's tough to do with the conditions. Pritt's just not able to secure that for the catch. 2nd down and 10.
Ooh, Robinson, but guess who? Hanlon again getting in that backfield, and there's nowhere to go for Robinson. Boy, Hanlon right now a wrecking crew along that line of scrimmage.
All right, well, 3rd down and 10 again, Brett. Now they're able to get it 3rd and long with that screen pass. Can they catch lightning in a bottle again? It's a long play here. Wonder if they have to be careful about delay of game.
Yeah, back judge hasn't raised his hand yet, so plenty of time now. That arm is starting to go up as Kreitzer waiting for the snap. Drops back. He's got some time. Going to sling it downfield.
Got him.
He's got his
Got
receiver. Just a little underthrown. That was Gavin Matson, number 19, the intended receiver. Sam Dudek, number 46, the senior linebacker, chasing Matson. Matson had a step or two.
It just bounced right off the back of
Dudek, yeah.
Dudek, yeah. And Matson, I mean, he was so wide open, and Kreitzer just not able to connect with him. So I don't know if these are things you kind of take away, like, okay, that play worked. We didn't connect with it.
And now you have 4th down, 4th and 10. As Kreitzer waiting for the snap here. Whoa, it slipped out of his hand. And now he's off to the races. Now he's staying behind the line of scrimmage. And wow, did he got the play. He got the 1st down. What a play by Kreitzer.
Oh, man.
That's a little dump off.
That's exactly how you draw it up, Brett. I don't know if you knew this. Appleton North, they had that drawn up exactly like that.
Braden Heckel with the catch. Now the officials on the far side of the field are talking it over. No, they say the paper maker stopped him. They say he's short of the line to gain by maybe a half football. Can't tell from that. That's on the far side, and there's a whole bunch of paper makers kind of in the way. But Ricardo,
I thought he
stopped.
had it. Obviously, officials right on top of the ball there. Brett, where's that marked at?
Well, let's see where they're going to spot that. The officials still kind of talking things over, huddling up. Looks like they're going to spot it at Ricardo at the 27? 27-yard line.
He really must have just missed it then because it was 10 yards.
What a play by Kreitzer, though. I mean, his ball slips out of his hands, wet night, and kind of looking – you talk about off schedule at that point, right? Schoolyard ball is Doucette now and nowhere to go.
Number 25, the ball carrier, Marcus Doucette. Tackled by number 6, Nathan Bayer.
A lot of goofy things happening, Ricardo, here in the production and on the field. It stands to reason, right? Friday the 13th.
Gain of a couple on the play.
I don't know. I mean, I just saw the replay, Brett, of that play because on my phone it's a few, it's about a play or two behind.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he got it.
Doucette now going to bounce it outside, trying to get around the edge. Good pursuit. Look like that's number 21, Sean Hansen, a junior defensive back. Ricardo, how about the speed? I thought Doucette had that corner and just strung that out and forcing this 3rd down, wondering if that will be the final play of the first quarter. Looks like it indeed will be the case. So 12 minutes in the books as we look at our Cellcom ETS performance scoreboard. 7-0 Kimberly with the lead. Second quarter will start with a big 3rd and 6 as the teams switch sides. Gives me a chance to tell everybody about the big subscription deal right now. Unlimited digital access can be yours. $1 for the next 6 months. You get all the benefits included with a digital subscription. It includes full access on your desktop, tablet, and mobile devices every day, exclusive subscriber newsletters, full access to national reporting with the USA Today Sports Plus app. The e-edition is part of that as well. That's a digital replica of the print edition. Just go to any of our websites. You should see a subscribe link at the top of the site. $1 for the next 6 months gets you all of that coverage, including Ricardo's recaps, right?
It's true.
Must
Will be one recap today.
Yeah.
But then I have another, right, when they have the brackets released. I'll try to put together all the local matchups and have that as well tomorrow, late afternoon, late morning, early afternoon.
Yeah, we'll talk about how that's all going to break down as well. A little different how they're going to reveal that than last year, I know. So 3rd and 6 coming out of the quarter break. Pendleton now going to fire it over to Doucette. Nice catch and trying to get around. Let's see where they mark it. I think I see the Kimberly sideline celebrating, and it looks like it's going to be a big first down. So nice pitch and catch from Pendleton to Doucette. Doucette doing the rest, right? Outrunning the defense to the near boundary and just enough to move the chains.
Ball's going to be at the 39, so gain of 6. They needed 6, got 6.
Yep, just enough to pick up a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 for Kimberly. And Doucette's going to take it. Now veer right, kind of trying to cut it inside. Boy, he looked like Ricardo. He's going to be wrapped up maybe for a yard gain and just kind of spins his way forward, and then it falls forward and picks up about 4 or 5 yards. Good hard runner, Marcus Doucette.
We'll call it 5 yards, Brett. It'll bring up a 2nd and 5 at the 44 for Kimberly. Yeah, Doucette, obviously the younger brother of Ethan Doucette, who was our post-graduate player of the year at linebacker. Second and 5 for Kimberly.
This time it's Gavin Tyson. Maybe a yard, so 3rd down coming up.
You know, we got a comment here online asking if Appleton North is the only area team that calls plays only via sideline signals. That's a good question. I'm not entirely sure.
That's a great question, yeah. I wouldn't know the answer to that one, but good observation.
And thank you to Jake Kilpatrick. He's saying, hey, great to hear from both of you. Thanks for covering the game. We appreciate that.
I thought it was better just to hear from me, but, you know,
nope.
That's okay.
You tried to silence me. It didn't work.
The people spoke. There was
That's
an
right.
uprising. Doucette now. Oh, fumble.
Fumble.
And, I think the paper makers landed on it. Boy, it was on the turf for quite some time.
Yeah,
and
you see Coach Salm upset down there on the sideline.
Well, it would be recovered at 1st down. I think that might have been number 93, Connor Baruchak, with it. And, boy, a fortuitous bounce, I guess, or maybe lack of a bounce. It just kind of sat there, and Baruchak just fell on it, and it's a 1st down.
Yeah, I mean, there's 3 or 4 blue jerseys around it. You got to recover that. Those are those kind of game-changing turnovers, Brett.
Yeah, it just felt like it was on the field for forever, just a second or two. But Kimberly now with a fresh set of downs is Tyson trying to spin his way for a few. Yeah, those are kind of the breaks, right? Those are the moments you need.
Well, here's the thing. There's going to be more of those, Brett, because of the conditions.
Yeah.
So you really got to keep that awareness up. Ball could pop out at any time.
Kimberly victory, as I said, would clinch a share of the FBA crown. The Papermakers have won or shared the conference title in every season. Now, we're excluding the 2021 spring season.
Don't count that.
Every season since 2013, of course.
We don't count the COVID year.
The Papermakers share the title last season with Nina. As Tyson now, boy, good hard run, and equally good pursuit by that Appleton North defense. 3rd and 5 coming up, ball at the 45. Ben Wenzel, one of those talented linebackers, sophomore linebacker, getting in on the tackle. Ricardo, is this 4-down territory, or are we too close to midfield?
Well, it depends on where this next play takes you, right? I mean, if it's 4th and 1, I say why not? Trust the big guys up front.
We'll see what happens here as Pendleton waits for the snap. Doucette standing next to him. Doucette now, it's going to be a pass. And Pendleton on the run.
I thought there was a bit of a
and
hold there.
He's just going to throw it out of bounds. I'm thinking if you're Kimberly, you want to punt this way, right?
Now
you
you
want to
do,
play
in
field
my
position?
opinion. Yes.
Absolutely.
Pin North back.
Kimberly, a playoff participant every season since '06. Appleton North every season since '04.
I was going to say, I think their streak is even longer.
Yeah.
Two great programs, two of our signature programs in the area, wouldn't you say, Brett?
Oh, no doubt about it. Always love doing this game. Love covering these two teams. And a good snap and a nice punt.
Oh, it takes a bit of a Kimberly bounce.
Nick Bergen, number 25, the senior, was back to receive, but wisely gets out of the way. And we'll see if this Appleton North offense can get going down 7-0. Hey, how about Nina up 21-zip already over Oshkosh North, end of the first quarter.
Oshkosh North really struggling.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at the slate of FVA games tonight. Of course, the other one is Oshkosh West at Fond du Lac. Fond du Lac needs a victory. Robinson with it, and it looks like number 6 for the Papermakers, Braden Ellefson, the junior linebacker, not letting Robinson get anywhere. No gain on that. Looking at the standings, Fond du Lac 3-3 in the league, 3-5 overall. So a chance for Fond du Lac, Ricardo, to get the win tonight over Oshkosh West would make them playoff eligible. Oshkosh West, though, kind of fighting as well. Oshkosh West 4-4 overall, 2-4 in the league. Do the Wildcats have a chance at 3-4 in the league, but 5-4 overall? I suppose you're on the bubble, right?
You are classically on the bubble. 2nd and 10 for North. Oh, look at that.
Boy, what a tackle there. That's Kobe Oberman
Oberman,
diving.
big 0, right?
Yeah, number 0, the defensive back, just diving at Robinson's legs, and now you got a 3rd and 10 for this Lightning offense. Seen some nice individual plays on both of these defenses, and not to be surprised there, right, Ricardo, as we talked about that when we went on. Both excellent defenses.
And Kimberly able to hold Kaukaunen's offense. I mean, Kaukauna won the game, but Kimberly did hold them to 14 points, Brett. That's a big deal.
Right, and a scoreless second half on top of that. So 3rd down is Kreitzer directing traffic, waiting for the snap. And gets rid of it and knocked away.
Ooh, good coverage there, Brett, by number 6 for Kimberly, Elson, and is it Kiefer as well?
Yeah, so
they really had the receiver bracketed.
Quick 3 and out, as the Lightning going to have to punt it back, and should be pretty good field position for Kimberly, up 7-0 as we look at our Cellcom ETS performance scoreboard. 7:12 remaining. Week 9. Boy, where did the season go? Seemed like we were just setting up back in August, and here we are.
Shivering in
actually, I think
near mid-October.
It's kind of warm. I really layered up. I'm dressing like it's winter because I knew the wind would be coming in. Almost blocked, but a beautiful punt as Oberman now with it. And great pursuit by Appleton North. I want to say that might have been, was that 35? Christian Pride with the tackle, getting downfield.
Mason TT0 saying, hey, Brett, Appleton North isn't the only team. Are we sounding like favoritism to North?
Oh, enough.
Completely. That's complete nonsense. No offense, Mason. I'm sure you're a good kid.
Talking about both sides already tonight. Settle down.
We're not even to halftime yet.
Goodness gracious. Pendleton now waiting for it as Marcus Doucette takes the handoff, and again trying to spin his way. And look at that North defense. Boy, like a defensive battle. Blake Miller, number 54, one of the first defenders there, a senior defensive lineman.
2nd and 9 situation for Kimberly, Brett, and that rain's still coming down pretty good.
It is. Hoping at halftime it might.
I thought you said it was going to be a dry spot.
That was kind of the chatter in the press box before the game. You miss a lot of conversation while we're setting up. We were talking to all the guys up here. And
got a bunch of amateur meteorologists up here.
Yeah. All you do is look at the radar. Pendleton now going to throw. Fires downfield, a little high for Veith.
Little high, and it was covered pretty well there by Appleton North, number 22 for the Lightning, Daniel Garrigan, junior corner, doing a good job of fronting his receiver. Brings up a 3rd and 9 from the 46, Brad. We're kind of seeing the defenses kind of set the tempo now, huh?
No doubt, and both have settled in, and yards are going to be tough to come by. The running game's going to be tough to come by. Might be just Ricardo who can make that big strike in the passing game. We'll see if Pendleton can complete one here on 3rd down. Not moving at all, going deep downfield, and it's almost caught, but great coverage. Veith was back there, but number 25 for the Lightning, Bergen, the senior defensive back.
Yeah, they got, to me, North has some pretty, well, look, on all levels, they got a lot of talented players, but especially on the defensive side in terms of the defensive backfield, even in the Veith touchdown, Brett, I thought they covered that well.
Oh, absolutely. That was just a heck of a grab. Back of the end zone. Bergen now back to receive, and kind of a punting battle, field position battle right now here in the second quarter. And Bergen, he's just going to wisely get away. Oh, it takes a great bounce for the Papermakers inside the 15,
punt.
maybe right at the 15-yard line. So with 6:04 to play, halfway through the second quarter, again 7-0 Kimberly with the lead as we look at our Cellcom and ETS performance scoreboard.
So, Brett, it's the second consecutive offensive series for North to start at the 15. How much time do we have on the clock? Can you see
6:04.
That? Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are like a little cocoon here in this booth trying to keep the rain out.
We're uncomfortably close to each other, right, Rosie?
Half the window is plasticed up as Robinson trying to find some sort of room in the middle, but big old scrum maybe gets a couple, 2, maybe 3 yards. I want to thank Jerry Kabuski, Ricardo, first-year athletic director here at Appleton North, for getting us all set up. Appreciate it. Good to meet Jerry. Real nice guy. And had a good conversation when we came yesterday for a live stream check. Good energy, great hire for Appleton North here. Well, again, the FEA top to bottom. Of course, Ryan McGinnis at Kimberly and all the athletic directors we get to work with. Always appreciate it that they let us in and do this kind of stuff. We love doing it. And
well, not all of them, but I'll leave them unnamed.
But Jerry Kabuski, yeah, nice to meet him. Actually, his wife, Sarah, is the head softball coach at UW Green Bay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good program up there. Seen several players head up there from our area.
She's had that, held that post, that position since 2019, I believe. Handoff. No, play fake. Kreitzer going downfield and just overshot his target, number 19. That was Gavin Matson, and another 3 and out.
That's tough, Brett. You always wonder how would those plays fare in good weather conditions, right? But kudos to Kimberly's defense for forcing another 3 and out.
Looks like the rain is at least. I mean, it's still coming down, but not quite as hard as it was at the beginning of the night, beginning of the game. So maybe it's starting to settle down here a little bit. That'd be kind of fun to play the rest of this game without any rain. Looks like a false start now. We're going to back up the Lightning 5 more yards. Appreciate everybody checking us out tonight. We're going to be somewhere next week, Ricardo.
We don't know yet. We'll know by late tomorrow. I guess mid-afternoon tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning. We'll try to.
Well, I mean, it takes you because you got to call somebody to make sure that we're all squared away.
I'm sure, Ricardo, there'll be a number of intriguing matchups in the first round. But yeah, the plan is for us to stream the first 4 rounds, the first 4 levels of the playoffs, as Oberman now looking for some space. And good job by number 35 for Appleton North, Christian Pride, again getting downfield, making his name felt, his presence felt in special teams, and good coverage by Pride. But a great field position now for this Papermakers offense.
Pride, good defender and a good special teams player. Ball is at the 47 of Appleton North, Kimberly, which has the game's only touchdown on a 26-yard touchdown pass from Pendleton to Veith in the first quarter.
But yeah, we'll go to all the way through the state semifinals. Can't do the state finals, right?
Why not?
Because the TV broadcast.
Oh, yes.
You'll be down at Madison at Camp
I
Randall
will
for
be.
that.
Maybe we can drag you down there sometime.
Yeah, we'll see.
Don't you want to have any of the human flesh-colored hot dogs?
No, but how about Marcus Doucette? He saw that hole and just made the decision to go full bore right through that running lane, and a good pickup here on first down.
Now, let me tell you,
7 yards.
I'm by no means disrespecting the Camp Randall food situation, but if you're going to get a hot dog there in the press box, you want to get them right away, because towards the end they start looking discolored, like bruised, and yes, it's like soylent green, made of people.
Doucette now, and just following that strong blocking along that offensive line, he's got the first down.
You know what? I got to be smart. I got to be like my man Mark Stewart. Remember Mark Stewart?
Sure.
He would always bring a sub or something.
That's what I did.
Yeah, you did too?
Yeah, I would.
Smart. See, I think I'm going to do that
I
this
would
year.
sneak it in.
I would
and
sneak in the Cousins or whatever sub place you go to.
Yep. Jimmy John's or
Jimmy
something down
John's,
the street.
yeah, that's smart.
That's a good, healthy option for you.
Well, I don't know about healthy, but
Healthy.
it's better than the human flesh-colored hot dogs.
Healthier, right?
Yeah.
First down, fresh set of downs. Pendleton, now Tyson with him. And Tyson now going to veer to his left and go. Nice run. Showing a little hurdle move there, and the Papermakers now on the move, up 7-0.
Starting to find some rhythm here are the Kimberly Papermakers.
I think that's another first down for Kimberly. Ball will be at the 31-yard line.
26.
Or check that, 26-yard line. Yep, I'm got to learn to count. Stick with us at halftime. Lot to talk about. Got to give everybody the update on our Clubhouse Live Packers show. We know who Monday's guest will be at the Fox Club. That's at Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium. Should be a good show. Looking forward to it. Is now Doucette and Ricardo. That line right now is getting off on the snap and doing some work up front.
And Doucette's a powerful runner. You kind of think of him as kind of like the slasher, kind of, no disrespect to Gavin Tyson, but maybe the more speedier back. But he has some surprising power. He can bring it.
At the gain of 3 on the play. Second down and 7.
Yeah, SJT Productions asking about the total yards. Let's see if I can get something on that SJT for you at halftime. See where both teams are at. It's definitely a defensive game.
Handoff, Doucette now veering to his left and spinning his way. Looked like number 6, Nathan Bayer, one of those linebackers. I thought I was going to drop him, but credit to Doucette, Ricardo. He doesn't stop till that whistle is blown and just spins his way forward for a couple more yards. So ball at the 20, 3rd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, it makes this a very manageable down. Well, they're in 4-down territory, I would assume.
Oh, no doubt about it here.
If you're Coach Michaelwitz, just run the ball, in my opinion, right? Your team is runs of 7, 4, 10, 3, and 3.
Looks like I think they're going to let the clock run, and I think they're going to get ready to burn a timeout. Back judge already has his hand raised. And now starting to count, so they'll get this timeout here and talk about this big 3rd down play coming up after this timeout.
Yeah, with 1:36 left here in the game. Okay, Brett, this was a fast-moving first half. I will say that.
Some other games of interest. We kind of mentioned what was going on in the FVA tonight. But how about Bayport West Appear? That's going to determine the FRCC North title. Luxembourg Casco Wrightstown. Wrightstown trying to share the NEC, the Northeastern Conference, with Luxembourg Casco. We saw the Spartans beat FVL last week. How about Freedom and Fox Valley Lutheran, speaking of FVL?
Yeah, Freedom still trying to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
Brett.
the Irish need that victory to get in. And then Ashwaubenon and De Pere is a big one as well. So 3rd down coming out of the timeout. Let's see what Chad Michaelwitz has dialed up.
Ooh, that's going to bring up a
4th and a couple. 4th and maybe 3. Doucette with the ball, with the carry.
I think you're right, Brett. 4th and 3. Oh, boy. I mean, you got to go for it here.
Yeah, and Kimberly just going to try to run some more clock and burn another timeout and talk this over.
And I say that knowing that Hunter Berry's a very good kicker, Brett.
Yeah,
but
that's
with these
tough
conditions, yeah.
Tough conditions. And again, Kimberly letting the clock run. And back judge with his hand raised again. And now he's starting to count it down, so that another timeout coming up for Kimberly. 4th down play coming up.
Kimberly calls a second timeout. Have 1 remaining.
Great game here. We knew it would be. Last time these two teams played, again, that was last season, 17-0 victory for the Papermakers. You know I got to do the Papermaker stat, right?
Of course.
We do that every time we stream a game dating back to the 2013 season. Kimberly's overall record since 2013, 130 wins against just 7 losses. It's a 948 winning percentage, 130.
Is that good?
And 7.
I think that's pretty good.
Stretch includes 6 state titles, 7 state championship game appearances. Of course, that state record 70-game winning streak. Remember last year, Kimberly beating Mukwonago in the state finals, Division I, 34-30. Blake Berry's 5-yard touchdown run with just 26 seconds remaining. 130-7.
That's pretty good.
I guess. Well, here we go. I wonder if they'll do a little play fake, a little play action. See what Pendleton does on the snap. Doucette next to him. Pendleton now looking at the sideline.
What's
I think
going on
where
here?
are we going to get
Timeout?
now? Another timeout?
This on North.
And no, the third timeout, third and final
it is,
timeout
okay.
now for Kimberly.
Didn't know you could call back-to-back timeouts. I think that's just the NFL, though.
Yeah, they gotta unify these rules. Yeah, but Kimberly's state title last season, that was its 8th program history in state. 10 state championship game appearances. That dates back to the 07 season. And those 8 titles, that's tied for the second most in state history. How about Chad Michaelwitz doing some work? 19-2 in guiding the Papermakers in his 2 seasons as head coach. Of course, we all know previously he was at De Pere for 11 seasons. So here we go, 4th and 3. Pendleton has it. Play fake. Watch out.
Whoa.
Gonna have to throw it downfield, and a good pressure by Appleton North.
Yeah, number 7 was quickly in there. Brady Lamont, Brett, getting Pendleton off platform, making him extend the play with his legs. Good series by Appleton North, and Kimberly a missed opportunity, but really trying to kick a field goal, Brett. I don't know if that would have been a smart move.
No, because weird things can happen, right? A bad snap or, slips through, block. All of a sudden it's scooped up, and Appleton North running that one in for a score. I just think in weather like this, I think that's too risky, especially this stage of the first half. So Kreitzer with Robinson behind him now waiting. And whoa, bobbles that. Watch out. Whoa, somehow Kreitzer was able to hold on to that.
Whew, that's what we're talking about.
That
Brett.
could have been a big turn of events right there. Credit Kreitzer for having the hands. I thought for a second that ball was going to be bouncing on the turf. And wondering now, Appleton North getting back to the line of scrimmage quickly. North, I believe, all 3 timeouts remaining, but maybe just content to be down 7-0 as Robinson now diving forward. Let's see if Appleton North wants to burn a timeout. They do. Nope, I'm sorry, clock stops to move the chains. Now they'll wind it up. One more play here before the half. Let's see what Kreitzer does. And hand off to Robinson. And wrapped up, that was number 26, Landon Van Offren, and that is how the half comes to a close.
So halftime, Appleton North behind Kimberly 7-0. Rosie, do we have promos to run?
We do.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll let you handle that, Brett.
No, that's okay. I was just going to say, again, thanking our sponsors, Cellcom and ETS Performance. You can see their logos on our scoreboard, which shows Kimberly up 7-0. Talk more about tonight's game as always, right, Ricardo, and everything we have coming up digitally at USA Today Network Wisconsin after this short break.
From the top of the 222 building on College Avenue in downtown Appleton, it's Varsity Roundtable. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricardo Arguello.
Welcome back to Paul Engen Field. We're on the campus of Appleton North High School, site of this big Week 9 Fox Valley Association game. Hard to believe the regular season finale is upon us, and we're going to get ready for the playoffs tomorrow and all the brackets. But as we look at our Cellcom ETS Performance scoreboard, 7-0, Papermakers with the lead. Again, thanks to our sponsors, Cellcom. At Cellcom, putting you at the center of all they do means saving you $500 when you join. You choose the plan, number of lines, and phone. Visit cellcom.com for details. And our friends at ETS Performance, the leading provider of sports performance training for athletes across the Midwest and Northeast Wisconsin. ETS provides a customized approach to strength, speed, and injury prevention training for all athletes of all sports, ages 8 and up. Train like the pros and take your performance to the next level. Visit etsperformance.com to schedule your free athlete evaluation today at the ETS location nearest you. And, of course, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today, 920-731-0922, or send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net. Ricardo, I know you're busy writing stuff down. You getting some stats? I know some folks out there are kind of wondering total yardage, all that good stuff.
I'm still trying to figure that out here, but I will tell you this. Appleton North was unofficially now, and again, my stats, who knows where they're at, 3 of 7 for 28 yards passing, and then on rushing, 12 for 26 yards. So you can kind of do the math there. It's about 54 yards of total offense for Appleton North's offense, but that's, again, unofficial. I'm going to count up Kimberly's real quick, but do we want to talk about a few things before I do that? First off, the roundtable, because of RC Roundtable, we had a great guest this past week. Fox Valley Lutheran Girls Volleyball paid us a visit up at 10th floor, 222 building downtown Appleton. Every Wednesday, 7 o'clock is the Varsity Roundtable. Great discussion with them. One of the best teams in our area, one of the top 3 teams in the state. when it comes to Division II, and good convo with, who was it? Annalise Patchett, Nielsen, Emma Nielsen, and then Kiara Yanner were the three girls. Good, fun time. Had a little trivia game with them. Next week, by the way, St. Mary Catholic Volleyball, I got a hold of them.
The Zepps.
They're the #1 seed in their division, and their sectional, Brett. They have a good shot at popping through. I was kind of looking at the matchups. Could see the Zepps pop through in Division 4, having a great season, too, by the way. So going to have St. Mary Catholic on the big show coming up this next Wednesday.
Good. Looking forward to that. That's Wednesday night, postcrescent.com and Facebook page, also YouTube channel, and then our 920 Sports podcast.
Yes.
We had a good one this past week, right?
Yeah, with Brian Butch, and thankfully we were able to connect with him. He's a busy guy, Brett. Has 3 kids and has a lot of media things going on, Brett. But he was able to pay us a visit, talk to us for about 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Good combo. Went all over the place, didn't we? We kind of went through his Appleton West stuff, a little bit of Badgers, what he's doing now, a little bit of his pro career. And, boy, he kind of gave some thoughts, too, on kind of the way the game has changed a little bit as well. I thought that was a nice conversation that we had with, is it the Polar Bear?
The Polar Bear.
Polar Bear.
So how can folks find the
Yes.
920 Sports podcast
Well,
and listen to that?
There is a link. If you go to postcrescent.com and look for that story under the sports tab, inside the story you'll see a link to the, I guess what you call it, the MP3 or whatever of the actual podcast. But you can become a subscriber too, Brett. It's on iTunes, it's on Stitcher, and it's on Google Play. If you just go into any one of those apps, look up 920 Sports, and believe me, it's the only one. Look it up, become a subscriber, and you'll get that downloaded at any time we have a new episode.
Looking forward to that. Actually, Brian Butch keeping me employed all those years later.
Yeah, good story there, Brett. You got to listen for that story, Brett. That was a good story about him. You know, I guess doing double duty, I guess, in a way, having to talk to you all over again after an unfortunate incident with your. Now, kids, listen. This was a tape recorder, not digital. It's on tape, right, Brett? And Brett, it didn't hit record, or what happened? You taped over it. What was it?
It was actually Brian was at Wisconsin his senior year and was assigned to do a kind of a career-ending story. So I had kind of set up like different snapshots of his career. He had some great moments, had some tough moments, but it really ended up having a fantastic career at Wisconsin. But yeah, I did a phone call with him. He was in Madison. I was here in Appleton, and that was back when I had a tape recorder.
Yes.
And I forget how I set it up, but plugging it in with the phone, and I don't know how we did that. But one of the rare times when I honestly got a little lazy, and I just said, these always work. I don't need to be jotting down notes while I'm listening. So I just kind of took it in the conversation thinking that it was recording. Well, then when he got off the phone and I went back I rewound the tape and played it, all I heard was a buzz.
Technology let you down.
Ooh, that's a tough feeling. And so he graciously agreed to do it again. And I always told him he really saved my butt on that. And it ended up being a story that I was actually quite proud of, and I hope that he enjoyed it as well. But really good, classy guy, and appreciated him giving me a second chance. And believe me, that second chance, I took notes this time as well. So always remember that about Brian. 36-0 halftime lead for the Rockets over Oshkosh North. Yeah, and then, of course, next Friday night, we're going to be somewhere for a WIAA first-round football playoff game. Not sure where yet. We're going to lay out kind of how that's all going to be revealed or unveiled tomorrow, how folks can see what the brackets look like and maybe watch the live reveal show. We'll talk about that in the second half, but we'll be somewhere for the next 4 rounds. And looking forward to that. Who knows where the journey will take us. And then next Monday night, Clubhouse Live, that's our weekly Packers show, takes place at the Fox Club at Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute, home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, also the new home to Clubhouse Live.
That's right.
Packers All-Pro return man and cornerback Keyshawn Nixon, one of our co-hosts this season. He's back after the bye week, and he's bringing fellow cornerback Eric Stokes along. And Stokes getting ready to get back onto the field. He'll be a much-needed, much-welcomed boost for the Packers defense in that defensive backfield, adding some good depth back there. So looking forward to that. Show starts at 6:30 p.m. Gates open at 4 p.m. Admission is free. First come, first seated. Fox Club Ricardo, great job with their foods and their beverages, so you can go in there and have a dinner, good time. And some good conversation, some fun conversation, and we'll give away some signed photos and some other prizes as well. So definitely want to check it out. This past week, though, we the guys, after the Monday night game, then it was the bye week, so they took off. So we had to find a special guest, and man, what a show we had. This guy's coming, one of my all-time favorites on Clubhouse Live, but Don Mikowski, the former All-Pro, Pro Bowl quarterback, finished second in the MVP voting in 1989, had that memorable 89 season, led the Packers to a 10-6 record. Looked like he was going to be the quarterback for the foreseeable future, and then unfortunately injuries derailed his path, and of course we know who took over for the Magic Man, right? Brett Favre, and the rest is history. So, but still etched his name kind of in Packers lore, and just a great guy, fun guy. We had a full house at the Fox Club, and definitely check it out. You can watch the replay at clubhouselive.com, and you can find any of our shows. If you can't make it to a show in person, you can watch it live on any of our websites, Facebook pages, or our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel.
Hey, we're talking about Kimberly, and these are unofficial half totals for them. 24 carries, 99 yards on the ground for Kimberly. 2 of 6 through the air, 38 yards, including that 26-yard touchdown from Pendleton to Veith. That's the only score of the game. And so, that's about, 137 yards of total offense. I think Appleton North had 54, 56 around. So, yes, very much so. It's a defensive game, Brett, and it's going to come down to turnovers. We've already seen a few fumbles. And the ball out there is very slick. And has that rain stopped at all, Rosie? I don't think it has. I think he's still wiping down
It looks like it's let up, though. If you look at the lights across the way, I don't see a whole lot of rain coming down anymore.
Doucette's had a nice day for Appleton North, Brett. I'm going to add up some of his rushing stats.
As Ricardo does that, remember you can follow us on Twitter or X, whatever your preference is to call it these days. I'm at PC Brett C, BRETTC. Ricardo's at Ricardo De Leon. It's DELIAN. And Jim Rosandick is at Metal Rosie, METALROSIE. Again, don't forget about that digital subscription deal, unlimited digital access, 6 months for $1. Go to any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites and get in on that deal as well, as this halftime just about winding down. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad out there now, Rosie, does it? It looks like it's settled down here rain-wise.
I have Doucette, Marcus Doucette, 11 carries, 68 yards. And in this game where yards are hard to come by, that's a very nice night for him.
And as I say that, I guess my eyes deceive me because Rosie has it on one of the light standards out there. And yeah, it may be more of a mist, not really a rain. It doesn't just. It's still going to be problematic, though, isn't it?
Still annoying.
Second half, yeah. I guess your first half thoughts, kind of what we thought.
It is. This has turned
battle.
out to be, and it's going to come down to turnovers. I really do feel that way. So, one of the teams is going to fumble deep in their own territory. It's going to set up short yardage for the opposing team. It's one of those kind of games. I kind of feel that coming down the docket, Brett. Passing game, other than that Veith pass, which to me was remarkable given the North defenders on that, I don't know if that's going to be much of an issue tonight for either team. It's going to come down to the defense. And can North kind of help its offense a little bit, give it a short field, and maybe figure out a way to tie this game?
You're right. Could be a turnover. Could be a special teams play, right? Maybe a special teams miscue. Maybe who makes another big play through the air? First half scoring pretty easy. The only touchdown that was scored in this one came in the first quarter. A 26-yard pass from Pendleton to Veith, back of the end zone. That was with 4:04 to play. The kick was good, 7-0. The score at that point, and that's our halftime score again as you look at our Cellcom and ETS performance scoreboard.
Listen, there's some big games going around in the area. I'm trying to get some scores on those. One thing we know, Muskego, the big Division I, Division II break showdown between Muskego, Brett, and Kettle Moraine.
Mm-hmm.
Scoreless at the half. Very, very big game. Kettle Moraine won the defending D2 state champs. Muskego number 1, I believe, in the D1 ranking. So that's a big game down there in the Classic 8.
One of the games of the night in the state. This was one, too. Ricardo, you kind of think Kettle Moraine might be the
I think
overall
they're the best,
best team.
That's just my I don't even want to say informed opinion because I don't follow Kettle Moraine, but I thought they were a great team last year. They returned a lot of great players, and they're having a big season right now. If they're able to get past Muskego, I don't think there's any doubt that they're the best team regardless of division.
Well, that's what the next 4 weeks are for, right? It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, also at the half, Brett, Little Chute leads Denmark 14-7.
Okay. How about that Bayport West of Pier game? Any,
Yeah, let me see if I can find something.
any
Well, our
updates on
friend
that?
up there is
Doug Ritchie must be up there.
yeah, him too. See if I can find Bayport.
Doug Ritchie or our friend Chris Learman, voice of Bayport Radio. But again, that one's going to determine the FRCC North title.
Okay, at the half, Brett, Bayport leads West of Pier 28-13.
Wow, okay. Kind of thinking, obviously, now, and one of the reasons why we are streaming to the Green Bay Press Gazette website or the Facebook page tonight, you're going to start to see some overlap, right? Bayport is going to be playing one of these teams in
Yes.
the playoffs or somebody from the FVA coming up. So
Here's
I'm sure there's some interest in how this game is going.
Here's
as
another
well.
halftime score. Now, this is a little bit south of us, a little bit out of our area, but still within the Gannett family. St. Mary Springs is leading Winnebago Lutheran 14-0. Listen, both those teams came in undefeated at 8-0 for the Flyweight Conference Championship. That's really cool to see when you have two undefeateds going for that conference championship. Springs, as we all know,
Both in Fond du Lac, too.
both in Fond du Lac. I covered both these teams back when I worked in Fond du Lac, and Springs is seen as the top D6 or one of the top D6 teams. Winnebago Lutheran, maybe a team that you to watch for in D5. But that looks to be a good game.
I'm just shocked that the Bob Hyland and the Ledgers are undefeated.
Yes, boy, there was 1 or 2 years, Brett, where because of the conference they play in, I think one of them was it the no, it was not. It was not the Valley 8. I'm thinking of something else, but they played in a league that had much bigger teams than them, and they would go in one year. I remember they went in 4-5, ended up getting to the state championship game. So it's, and Bob Hyland, I've told many stories about him, but he doesn't care where he's seated. His whole big thing is if you don't seed us number 1, seed us number 8 so we can play you right away.
Yeah, we want to play the number 1 seed then.
He doesn't duck anybody.
Of course, now this time and how things are, you don't have the coaches doing the seeding anymore.
Nope,
right?
you got the HAL 9000 supercomputer.
And
the Whopper.
Nobody quite knows how that is all factored in, right? So you're going to get some strange, I think, matchups. Some matchups maybe, Ricardo, where we would anticipate seeing that maybe later on down the line, and all of a sudden we're going to see a first round, second round game of maybe a Bayport Appleton North in the second round, for instance. So it's going to be real interesting to see how it's all set up.
All right. We're about to start the second half. Thank you all for tuning in to this USA Today Network Wisconsin digital live stream.
Kimberly will start the second half with the ball.
I'm Ricardo Arguello. That's Brett Christopherson, and bringing you those high-definition shots, Jim Rosandick. Again, all part of USA Today Network Wisconsin. We're all over the valley, Brett. We cover all the big games, not just one team, all teams, Brett.
Carter Howard back to receive. It looks like this kick. And let's see how North wants to handle this. It's going to be a nice high kick as that's a live ball picked up. Again, that's Howard with the return, and second half underway, third quarter. Again, thanks to everybody hanging out with us tonight on this cold, rainy night. We need the rain, Ricardo. We haven't had a drop of rain in, about a month and a half.
Yeah, and
couldn't have waited till Saturday?
Yeah. Why do you always think about yourself?
Yeah,
Start thinking about others.
Because we're wrapped again. We look like cocoon in here. I mean, it's you can barely move.
Always thinking about yourself. Try loving somebody.
I love everybody.
First down and 10. Ball's at the 21 for Kimberly.
Doucette now again looking for some space. Gets able to evade one tackler, and a good start to the second half on the run by Doucette.
Nice gain for him. Takes it to, I want to say, the 27. 6-yard gain, second down and 4 for Kimberly. 2 receivers near side for the Papermakers. Yeah, Brett, and you are right. The rain has let up.
Yes,
Finally.
maybe second half a little bit more dry as Doucette. Oh, nice little cut back to his left. Oh, still on the run.
Here's a flag.
And the flag, that's going to come back.
Sid did a good job of reversing this field, though.
Yeah, doing a good job. Just the old run to daylight mantra, right? If it's not there, kind of a cut back. He sees a lane, but this is coming back on the holding call. Again, Kimberly trying to clinch a share of the title with Kaukauna, the Ghost winners last night over Appleton East, 41-14. Well, how about the job Matt Binsfeld has done at Kaukauna?
Brett, Morty 56. I see a Morty over there on the YouTube live chat. He says, "Go North, Kaukauna fan."
Yeah.
I hear you.
I tell you what, some testy folks out there, though, with this game, and based on some of the comments we're getting tonight, huh?
I think we play favorites. I don't think we play favorites, do we?
I always thought we were pretty
all
good.
These teams are like my children. I love them all.
We cover all these teams and hoping for a good game both sides. Pendleton, watch out. He's trying to set up a screen.
Yeah, and that was just blown up by Appleton North. Whew, in there in a hurry, weren't they?
Yeah, was that number 9? And looks like Cam Chudikoff, the senior defensive lineman, one of the guys that got in.
Brings up a third and a long 12 for Kimberly.
Yeah, that holding penalty really could be derailing this drive. And then again, talk about field position. Appleton North can get off the field, and
Brett, in games like this, those kind of holding calls are so huge.
Critical. Could have fantastic field position.
Look at this. Triple receivers to the near side, Brett.
And it's Tyson with it, and Appleton North not fooled in
they weren't.
the least. I think that's 54 now with the tackle. Blake Miller, a senior defensive lineman, bringing down Tyson. And punt team coming out for Kimberly. Let's see where Appleton North will line up. That's going to be 25 back to receive. Nick Bergen again. He's going to be near midfield, so some good field position coming up for the Lightning.
This couldn't have worked out any better for the Lightning here. So you have them on a 3-and-out.
Ooh, short punt as well.
Very short punt. Oh, another Kimberly bounce, though.
But Appleton North in Kimberly territory to start this drive. It's first time we'll see the Lightning and Luke Kreitzer. Yeah, Luke Kreitzer coming into this season or into this game hadn't thrown a pick in 141 pass attempts.
That's an outstanding rate.
112.1 quarterback rate. 2-year starter. Over 2,600 yards and 19 touchdowns for his career coming in. So a luxury to have a 2-year starter at the most critical position, right, for Rob Salm. As Robinson trying to dive forward, but good job by that Kimberly defense to close things out. And that's number 6 with the tackle, Braden Ellefson again. We've called his name a few times, the 6'3", 195-pound junior linebacker.
3-yard gain for Robinson. Brings up second and 7 from the 43.
Hand off to Robinson again, diving forward again. Ellefson there for the tackle. 3rd down coming up. Only score of the game came in the first quarter. The 26-yard acrobatic catch by Bryson Veith back of the end zone. In traffic by Pendleton. 4:04 mark was when that score came, and that's all we've had so far as we look at our Cellcom ETS performance scoreboard. Here we go, 3rd and 5. And Robinson again trying to find, he's got more than enough for the first down. So good hard running by Jack Robinson to move the sticks.
Good play design from Appleton North. They pulled a couple of those linemen, Brett, opened up a hole for Robinson to pop through, and that's on Robinson there. They're turning those legs, trying to get as many yards as you can. Takes it all the way down to the 29, Brett. 11-yard carry. 12-yard carry for Jack Robinson.
Might be his biggest, longest run of the night.
For sure.
Kreitzer now, 1st and 10. Whoa, watch out, fumble. Again, somehow was able to at least corral the loose ball, but 46 of Kimberly there for the sack. Sam Dudek, the senior linebacker, just slipped through Kreitzer's hands, Ricardo, and you talk about a penalty derailing the previous drive for the Papermakers. Same thing here now for Appleton North.
You almost would rather have had it been a penalty, Brett, because this is now you lose the down, and then we talked about that, the ball being slick. It's going, and a lot of these teams are in shotgun, Brett. It's going to affect some of those plays that were in other games that wouldn't be the case. So all the way back to the 37, second down and 18 for North.
Again, a little bit of a high snap, and I think we got some movement before the snap, backing the Lightning up 5 more yards. Second and 18 now, going to become second and 23. Going the wrong way are the Lightning, and that's got to be driving Coach Rob Salm crazy there on the sideline.
Yeah, Brett, this ball was at the 29 before these back-to-back unfortunate plays for Appleton North with the fumble and now the penalty.
Now at the 42.
Second and 23.
What's in your playbook for this?
Well, they have 2 receivers wide, so someone in motion for a third guy, and
just threw behind. He had him open. That was number 2, Braden Heckel, but just a little off target now, third and 23. And here's where you got to be careful, right? You don't want to force something. Maybe you just call a run play and and just punt it away and try to pin Kimberly deep.
That's exactly what I would do, Brett. I know that's a bit conservative, but at this point, when
it's only 7-0,
it's third and forever. There's no need. You're not. The probability rate to convert on one of these plays is extremely low. Sometimes you got to play the percentages in this aspect.
Of course, if you're going against the Packers defense, it's pretty easy.
Whoa,
easy now. Kreitzer, now he's on the run. Fires and nothing there. Good coverage in the backfield. There's just nowhere for Kreitzer to throw. I was looking downfield. Nobody was really open. He just did a good job getting rid of it. And a promising start for the Lightning. That fumble, then the penalty, and now Appleton North going to have to punt it away. And again, in a game where it's just a one-score game, you got to play that field position game.
And now if you're on the Kimberly side, it's one of those things where you got to secure the ball here. It's going to be slick. A special teams turnover or something like that could really change the momentum of this game.
Good snap. And a nice high punt.
That's going to go right into the end zone, though. Oh, no, it stays in
bounds.
That is the best situation that could have happened there, Brett.
Looked like it was going to skip in, didn't it?
I thought so, too. It was going so far. But, Brett, that's number 25. That's Bergen. Nice punt from Bergen, also a starting defensive back for them.
And talk about game of field position. Look where this ball will
be
at the
3?
3-yard line. Woo-hoo. So a long ways to go for the Papermakers, who lead 7-0 as we look at our Cellcom ETS Performance scoreboard. Well, let's see how Carson Pendleton can direct this drive. Long way to go. Doucette, nowhere to go on that one, Ricardo, and second down. That North defense. Maybe a couple yards for Doucette.
Yeah, I gave him 2, so second down and 8. Again, big moment for the Appleton North defense, Brett. They can hold here and force a 3-and-out.
Feels like a pass play is going to have to loosen things up, right? You have to kind of talked about that at halftime, even in the first half. Got to get to some sort of tough, with a rainy, windy night, but let's see which quarterback can kind of get hot there. There's a deep throw downfield and intercepted. Intercepted. Number 21 for Appleton North, Sean Hansen, the junior defensive back, an over-the-shoulder grab, and you have a big turnover. Lightning in position here at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Brett, you talked about that. We're talking about turnovers and things like that. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard
line.
I think they were looking for Abe Coronado on that, Brett, along the seam, the tight end.
Pretty good coverage.
That
was
great
a
coverage.
Nice catch, nice interception, good hands and concentration by Hansen.
Well, that North offense now gets a reprieve, Brett.
Kind of like a restart, right?
Restart, yeah. It makes them, puts them in great position here as Robinson powering his way.
Yeah, trying to get past Big Sam McGivern, one of your elite 11s, the 6'3", 250-pound senior defensive lineman. Again, wrapping up Robinson. Robinson, a nice little run. Could have been more, though. That's just the strength of McGivern to stop Robinson.
At the gain of 4 on the
4-yard
play,
pickup.
second and 6.
Second down and 6 for Appleton North.
Different quarterback now.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Going downfield, and nice catch.
Brett, that's not Charlie Olson, junior quarterback.
Yeah, how about Gavin Matson going low, the senior wide receiver, stopping in his tracks, scooping it before it hits the turf. As Charlie Olson, as you said, the junior now in at quarterback.
It's a 15-yard pass play.
And Olson staying in. Didn't know if something happened to Kreitzer. I'm trying to see him on the sideline. Can't see him out there, but now Olson in at QB is route play fake to Robinson, and through
Right
the
out of his hands.
fingertips.
That was a nice pass. Brett,
Braden Heckel.
UWO alum 10 saying, hey, I'm a neutral fan, just trying to watch a good game, and don't think you're playing favorites towards A North for what it's worth. Great job, announcers. That's what I was thinking.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Goodness gracious.
Brett, why do we have such thin skin?
I don't know. I don't have a thin skin.
Oh, the lies.
I even got an email about it.
That you have thin skin?
No, that
Oh.
we're playing favorites here. And I'm like, doesn't seem like it. We have game notes for both sides. We're singing the praises for both teams.
They're all our favorites. That's the thing.
Whoa, watch out, fumble. Olson, and
Yep,
he
did a
falls
good
on
job.
it. Oh, another issue with the snap. Or I should say the exchange and just corralling the ball. Now, I don't know if it's just a slick ball there. The officials are doing a good job, Ricardo, of just holding on, keeping it dry. They have a towel. Maybe just trying to make a play moving a little too fast before you have the ball securely in your hands. But here you go. Look at this, 3rd and 16.
A big moment here for Appleton North's offense. Boy, oh boy. They're kind of shooting themselves in the foot, Brett, to use an overused analogy. Saw the official wiping down the ball pretty well there with that towel.
Olson. Nope, play fake. Watch out. It's got to get rid of it. Trying to set up. Intercepted! Intercepted! That's number 26, Landon Van Offeren, and he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. What a turn of events! Pick 6 for Van Offeren, the junior defensive back.
Van Offeren, Brett, really, I don't know if he saw something on film on the week before, but he was positioned perfectly. And Landon Van Offeren, 6'4" junior, with a very critical interception return for a touchdown. Brett, I want to say that was about 80 yards. I'll have to look at that film again, but
Maybe you could check the replay.
I'm looking at it right here.
Boy, just anticipated that throw perfectly. And off to the races as Van Offeren is Hunter Berry now in for the PAT, trying to make it 14-0 here with 4:31 to go in the 3rd. Everything's good there. Snap, hold, and kick is good. And as we look at our Cellcom and ETS performance scoreboard, a pick 6 by Landon Van Offeren.
What's the time?
4:31. That is a what you call a turning point with a capital T, Ricardo. How about Van Offeren coming up with the defensive play so far of the night? Just trying to get how many yards that ended up going for.
I'll tell you in a second here, just updating the Twitter, though.
Michael Guido back, and Jack Robinson for this kickoff. Now Lightning down 2 scores with 4:31 to play as we look at our Cellcom ETS performance scoreboard. Couple of great opportunities for that North offense, Ricardo, and mistakes on both drives. And obviously the killer mistake right there, the pick 6 by Landon Van Offeren, the defensive back, 6'4", 190 pounds, showing his speed as well as he got going. They weren't going to catch him.
There you see, though, Brett, again, with how, those penalties and fumbles puts them in a position at 3rd and 15 when, in another planet, another world, another dimension, it would have been, 3rd and 2 or something like that. So that's how the little things accumulate into a big game-turning interception by Van Offeren.
Did you get a yardage on that?
I'm seeing the play right here now, Brett. I'll tell you that in a second. .24. So let's say it was a 76 yard.
76 return.
Yep.
So you were about right on when you initially said about 80 yards. So 76-yard pick 6 for Van Offeren. And now, Ricardo, some work to do for this Appleton North offense. Charlie Olsen, Ricardo, still in at quarterback, so not sure what happened with Luke Kreitzer. Olsen going to hand off to Robinson, and a whole bunch of Kimberly defenders there to bring down Robinson. Kind of what we talked about, right? To who's going to make that big mistake or come up with a big pass play through the air. Long way to go, but a 2-score game on a night like this with the defenses playing well. Definitely a tall hill to climb. Now Olsen under center. Handoff. That's number 36 for the Lightning. Tyson Salm, a senior, and just nowhere to go. And boy, Ricardo, this is a big moment right here for Appleton North. 3rd and 7, ball at the 30-yard line. Got to make something happen. Can't go 3 and out right now.
Exactly, and right now, because that momentum's on Kimberly's sideline, you want to get a couple first downs here, at least just to stem the tide.
Olsen, play fake. Going to rainbow one downfield, near sideline, and just nothing there. They're going to say incomplete. Number 20, Mikey Wilds, defending Abraham Tamori, number 12 for Appleton North. And Appleton North folks in front of us wanting a flag. Looked like a pretty good defensive play, though, by Wilds, Ricardo.
Yeah, good coverage.
Yeah, pretty sticky coverage for sure. So 3 and out. As Oberman now back. Appleton North trying to get situated here for this punt. Pretty good punt. Ooh, watch out, fumble, and it's out of bounds. Wow. Again, just the breaks.
It's not Appleton North's night.
Oh, that's bouncing around.
If it bounces the other way, that's a recovery for North, and then you're talking about a game-switching play.
Instead, it goes out of bounds. Yeah. And
boy.
No harm, no foul, right? If you're Kimberly up 2 scores, you have the ball, and now a chance, if you see get this running game going, really start taking command here, running some clock. No, it's still 3:01 to play in the 3rd quarter, but on a night like tonight, Ricardo, 2-score lead seems like a 4-score lead. Hand off to Doucette, nowhere to go. Look at that, number 7 filling the gap. That's Brady Lamont. 2nd down coming up. Carson Pendleton, we talked about this, his brother Caden, right? Remember Caden? Started at quarterback in Kimberly in 2019, the alternate spring season in 21, and then again in the fall of 21, so a 3-season starter. Caden at Carroll University, a starting quarterback, or I should say a sophomore quarterback down there for the Pioneers. Over 4,500 yards and 41 touchdowns for Caden in his Kimberly career. Quarterbacking is what they do in the Pendleton family, as Doucette trying to get around. But number 50 for Appleton North, chasing him down, Ben Wenzel, 3rd down coming up.
Okay, now if you're Appleton North, now you're helping your defense or your offense potential by forcing this 3 and out. Brett, there's still 2+ minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, you got to get off the field, right? And get your offense back on. But here's the thing, now the rain's starting to pick up again.
Brett, you told me it was going to be a clean pocket of no rain.
That's what they kept saying. We might have the second half where we might not have much rain.
Need Tom Skilling on here, the old WGN
He's
meteorologist.
retiring.
He's retiring. Part of my youth
Yeah,
growing
me too.
up.
Me too.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because up here you guys got the
Got
Superstation.
WGN.
Yeah, locally when I lived in Chicago, Mr. Skilling was the man.
Quite frankly, I was surprised he was still doing it. I thought he would have retired long ago, but congratulations to him on a great career. Gavin Tyson, nothing doing there. And Appleton North defensively doing what it had to do, is quickly getting off the field. So Kimberly could not get that run game going, and punt coming up.
Again, anytime you have a punt situation and a punt catch, it's going to be all over the place. So we'll see how North handles this.
Good punt. Fair catch by Nick Bergen, and let's see if Charlie Olson now in this Appleton North Lightning offense can get going. Ricardo, do you see Luke Kreitzer down there at all? I can't.
Yeah, and he might have a jacket on him.
Just not sure if did he get banged up, injured, trying to see, but there are a lot of tents down there, so you can't really see players. And you said like jackets are on, so I'm not sure what happened there, but Olson again, I believe this is his third series now.
It is.
Third series in at quarterback for the Lightning. Here's a handoff to Robinson, and a good job by that Kimberly defense filling the gap. There's number 6 again. We've talked to his name before, Braden Ellefson, the linebacker, just a junior. Robinson, not a whole lot of running room. 3-yard pickup, 2nd and 7 coming up.
They feel so well, don't they? Both sides, both linebacking cores, some of the best you're going to find in the area.
A lot of talent on both of these defenses, right? All levels of this Kimberly defense as well. Appleton North trying to figure out how to crack the code, but not much doing for Robinson as let's see if they want to run another play before this third quarter winds down, or are they content?
I'm not sure if it's a big concern, Brett, because the way the rain's coming in, it's cross and not on one side.
Right, more of an east-northeasterly wind. I see 5 seconds. Charlie Olson waiting for it, maybe trying to draw. No, he's going to run another play. Hand off, and a first down by Robinson. That's a good way for the Lightning to end that third quarter. Fourth quarter coming up here in a moment as we look at our Cellcom and ETS performance scoreboard. One more quarter to play here at Paul Engen Field until the regular season is over. 14-0, Kimberly with the lead.
I'll update my Twitter. You can follow me at Ricardo DeLeon, DELIAN, Brett at PC Brettsy, Rosie at Metal Rosie.
Everybody still calls it Twitter, don't they?
I do. Sorry, Elon.
Again, $1 for 6 months. That's our digital subscription. As for next week, we'll be streaming a WIA first-round playoff game. I'll announce that matchup on my Twitter account, so please give me a follow at PC Brettsy. Live coverage, I know this, will kick off at 6:45 p.m. You can always access our previous game of the week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. How about this? Nina up 43-zip over Oshkosh North. So Rockets going into the postseason feeling pretty good about themselves. 1st and 10 for Appleton North, trying to chip away at this 2-score deficit. Handoff to Jack Robinson.
Tackle made by number 7, Brody Beck.
Looking at the Lightning, 2 losses this season, Ricardo. Combined 8 points. Lightning suffered back-to-back setbacks to Nina. That was 7-6 in Week 6. And then Kaukauna, 7-zip in Week 7. Of course, Kimberly's lone loss was last week to Kaukauna by 1 point, 14-13. Ghosts taking down Appleton North, Kimberly, and Nina this season, as Robinson diving near that first down marker.
Tackle made by number 46, Sam Dudek.
Brings up a 3rd and short, but a good drive so far from Appleton North, Brett. They need a touchdown here, though. cannot walk away from this drive without points.
Now we have Kreitzer back in at quarterback. And 4th down, I think. Well, did he get the first down?
No,
They're going to
gave it
move
to
the
him.
sticks, yeah. So now Kreitzer is back in at quarterback. Talked about Chad Michaelwitz and what he's done across the field in his 2nd season with Kimberly. How about Rob Somm, Ricardo? 16th season here as Appleton North's head coach. 134-44 record. Never a losing season. 753 winning percentage for Rob Somm. Like you said, the 2 gold standards, right? You could say year in and year out for forever. It seems like as Kreitzer knocked, I'd say was tipped at the line. So 2nd down now coming up. Doesn't get much better than when these two teams play, though. They're always such great battles.
2nd down and 10.
Second and 10. Kreitzer hands off. Or is that Olsen back in? Yeah, Olsen back in at quarterback. Kind of switching it back and forth, Ricardo. So 3rd and 10 now. As Olsen back in at quarterback, Jack Robinson behind him. Olsen, watch out on the run, swings it over, nice catch, and a good play. That should be a 1st down, I think, and Gavin Matson with the catch. Good job, kind of spinning away. And off to the races, coming to his left, finds Matson, and a nice little play design, Ricardo, 1st down.
I was going to say, picked up 15 yards, Brett. Boy, that was the first kind of deception kind of passing that we've seen from Appleton North, Brett. Worked very well, caught Kimberly off guard.
Olsen, swing, trying to go to Tamori.
Do you want a penalty on that? Is that what the North folks?
I think so. Mikey Wilds again. That's a good matchup. There is a flag on the play. Are they going to get pass interference here? Kind of in that area, right?
Oh, they're moving the ball. Is that what they're doing?
Pass interference is the call against Kimberly. Got to thank my contact. How about this, Ricardo? Bayport 28, West Appear 26. 5:35 left in the 3rd. Telling me weather making for lots of fumbles. Not surprised.
No, not at all.
Seen some mishaps here in trying to handle the football. 1st down. What about 4 or 3? Handoff. Robinson trying to get somewhere, but again, there's Ellefson bringing him down.
Tough tackling.
Tackle made by number 6, Braden Ellefson.
Brett, got Chris H. saying, great broadcast, Ricardo. Nice job. Ryder Hoffman's father.
Oh, appreciate you watching. Got a big audience watching tonight. Not surprised. Looks like ball at the 7-yard line. 2nd down. It says 2nd and 7 on the scoreboard, but that's not right. Handoff, Robinson, nice little cut to his fumble!
Oh, boy.
Oh, and it's picked up by that Kimberly defense again. Mikey Wild scoops it up, the junior defensive back.
Wilds, Johnny on the spot there, Brett.
Took a good bounce right into his hands, and another critical turnover. The Kimberly offense now back on the field. Looked like Appleton North, Ricardo knocking at the door. Looked like maybe going to get in and make this a 1-score game, but now with 8:37 to play, boy, it is up to this Appleton North defense again to get a quick 3 and out and get back on the field with its offense.
Well, conversely, the Kimberly defense really doing the job, Brett. But, yeah, if you're the Kimberly or Appleton North offense, you're just going to want to burn this tape. Don't look at it.
Well, we'll see if Pendleton and Tyson gets it. See that big offensive line. This is kind of their time, right? Clock continuing to run, 8:30. You're up 2 scores. A chance to salt this one away right here in this drive and clinch a share of the Fox Valley Association Championship. That's what you got to be telling that entire offensive unit right now.
A gain of 5 on the play, 2nd and 5.
Tyson again in the backfield with Pendleton, waiting for the snap. Got to assume he's going to get it. He does. Again, looking for some space, just not much there.
Tyson, the ball carrier.
Looked like number 50 for Appleton North, Ben Wenzel, the sophomore linebacker. Jackson Motter, also a senior defensive lineman, getting in, one of the captains.
Great offensive lineman, too.
Yeah, so here you go. 3rd and what, 3? 3rd and 4. See if the Papermakers, what they have in their bag of tricks to keep this going. It's going to be a direct snap. Ricardo to Ellefson, who's going to hand. No, Ellefson's going to keep it. Trying to get his way forward, and whoa, he might have it.
Yeah, he's to the 20.
And it is a first down. So a direct snap to Ellefson. And picks up a huge first down. He's going to keep possession, and that clock's going to continue to run up 2 scores.
That is a first down.
First and 10 at the 20 for Kimberly, Brett. Time is starting to become a factor as it was earlier. 6:52 and counting left.
That's what you got to think. Those big guys up front, right? They're loving this. You know they're going to be running the ball, and a chance to, again, put this one away, clinch a share of the Fox Valley Association Championship, and presumably Ricardo, because Kaukauna goes to D2. Kimberly should get a pretty favorable playoff seed.
I would agree. It depends on that Bayport. Loss by Bayport will help as well if West Superior is able to knock them off.
Well, that could be some interesting matchups there. As far as Bayport and Appleton North go, seems like they always meet in the playoffs somewhere. Tyson again, looking to get something around the corner on the left side. And he's going to be maybe a yard or 2 shy coming up halfway through this final quarter.
Yeah, they're going to be short by a few yards. Maybe 1.
3rd and 1. 3rd and 2. Tyson with Pendleton in the backfield. Pendleton waiting for the snap. Tyson gets it again. Nice little cut back inside. Good move. And a first down, and now that running game for the Papermakers. Ricardo getting into a little bit of a rhythm and starting to kind of feel maybe that this could be their game, up 2 scores and continuing to possess the ball.
Yeah, Gavin Tyson kind of carrying the load here right now, Brett. Last 2 runs, 5 and 7 yards. Ball's at the 36, first down and 10.
Tyson again. Tackled by number 55, Christian West, the junior defensive lineman.
Tackled by number 55, Christian West. A gain of 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6.
6 carries, 26 yards for Tyson on this drive, Brett, alone. Moved from the 10 to the 39 now.
Exactly what you want to do if you're Chad Michaelwitz and the Papermakers, right? You're just taking your time, running that clock, up 2 touchdowns. Just a little over 4 minutes to play. Tyson again, and again, just good job by that front. Kind of reads some of those names, Ricardo, that are doing good job blocking for the Papermakers right now. Number 48, Nathan Wilds. senior tight end. You have number 54, Mason Campbell, a senior offensive lineman. Number 56, Nick Plowman, a senior offensive lineman. A junior offensive lineman, number 60, Nathan Rathkamp. Grayson Mitchler, number 77, a senior offensive lineman. Eli Wenig, a senior offensive lineman, number 79. And don't forget about the senior fullback / tight end, number 88, Abe Coronado. So those guys really doing a good job here, particularly on this drive. A chance to put this thing away right here. Ellefson in for the direct snap. Ellefson keeps it, fakes the handoff to Tyson, trying to push his way forward. And maybe a couple yards shy here coming up on 4th down. Now what do you do? You got to punt it away.
Oh, I think you have to now, but that's really taking some time off.
Yeah,
though.
did their job, didn't they? Right now, keeping that offense on the field. I think they're just going to call a timeout. Wait for that back judge to start counting it down. And timeout is what Kimberly does here with just 2:39 to play. Boy, when did that drive start? How much time was on the clock?
Oh, you're talking about for Kimberly?
For Kimberly just now. How much time did they just burn right there?
Boy, what did I have it at here? It was 4 minutes, I think.
4 minutes off the clock.
4 minutes down, and then what's it at now?
2:38.
Oh, it's longer than that.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't record the time here, Brett, but I will tell you this. They're asking about our feed being off a little bit or frozen, but
no, it's all
my
good
feed's
here.
fine. It's all good on my phone. So,
Nope, haven't had anybody mentioning anything. But Ricardo, we got to talk about tomorrow. What to expect here? Try to clear your cache is what Rosie's saying. But haven't had anybody mentioning that to me here on my end.
nice snap and able to get that away.
And Nick Bergen with the fair catch. Ricardo, WIAA will reveal its 11-player, 8-player brackets tomorrow, football playoff brackets tomorrow. It's going to be part of a live show that begins at 10 a.m. You can watch the 1-hour show on the websites of any of these 4 stations. Now listen closely, WKOW-TV in Madison, WXOW-TV in La Crosse, WAOW-TV in Wausau, and WQOW in Eau Claire. The show will be streamed live on any of those stations.
Okay, sure.
And
that's free, by the way, so go ahead and log into those stations.
10 o'clock, 1-hour show. The WKOW sports crew of Carly Murata, Pablo Iglesias, and Luke Gamble will host. And with Sports.net's Travis Wilson, he will serve as the lead analyst. WIA will then post all of the brackets following the live announcement of the pairings. Of course, the playoffs begin next Friday, and with the state finals at Camp Randall Stadium in Madison on November 16th and 17th. So, again, it's not on Bally Sports this year. It's going to be streamed live on either WKOW in Madison, WXOW La Crosse, WAOW in Wausau, WQOW in Eau Claire starting at 10 o'clock. Go to any of those websites, those station websites. Almost intercepted, knocked away. We're going to get a flag. There is a flag right in front of that Appleton North bench. But any of those station websites, you'll be able to watch the reveal, the playoff brackets, and then, of course, the WIA website will have all of the brackets posted as well. Fun time of year, Ricardo. I know you love it.
I do, and I like what they did by going with Travis.
Yeah.
Not that the folks they had before weren't. I just think if you're looking at a macro look at the state in terms of knowing every region, it's hard to pass up Travis Wilson.
Yeah, no doubt.
He'll know at least the macro stuff of everything, like the rivalries, the conferences, and.
Well, he always does a good job putting together every week the previews around the state, and
right.
Always knows the top games in the regions, and does a good job at WithSports.net. So looking forward to watching that at 10 o'clock. It's going to be raining again tomorrow, so what else do you have to do, right?
Yeah.
Charlie Olson, and almost intercepted. Looked like Cody Oberman, the defensive back, nearly getting a pick right there. Should be interesting. This Division I field is going to be very interesting around here.
Very competitive field. And D2.
Well, and kind of what we said, right? And when you look at the FVA, you get a Nina Appleton North matchup again, or a Nina Kimberly match. Or an Appleton North Kimberly. I mean, who knows? Bayport's going to be in the mix. I don't think there's a whole lot of separation between any of these teams, and we talked about that on the 920 Sports podcast. So it's going to be kind of wide open, and we'll see then what happens. But you got to think, at least in Division I, that somehow down the line, one of the schools here in the northeast part, the Fox Valley region, is going to play a southeast team, maybe in the state semifinals. Ricardo,
You would think so, right?
maybe at Titan Stadium in the state semis. We'll see.
We hope not at Menasha. We love Menasha, but come on.
Well,
You want it at a big venue.
Menasha's got the extra press box now, so that's a nice venue, and they do a good job there. Titan,
Pay
of course.
the money.
Titans got that huge press box, of course, but wherever they play it, I don't care. We'll see how that all shakes out. Olsen again, getting rid of it, and again a little off target. That time, Kimberly's number 12, Benny Kiefer, knocking it away, or trying to die for the interception. A minute 47 to go, and Ricardo looking like Kimberly going to clinch a share of the Fox Valley Association Championship with its rival Kaukauna.
There's some Kaukauna folks on the chat feed hoping that wouldn't be the case, but
So now we have to wonder again, who is the real K-Town, right? That's always the big debate over there in those two communities. Olsen on the run, and I think I'm looking at that official. I thought he was going to throw the flag. Thought there could have been a hold call there, and I thought the official looked like he was digging for that flag, but kept the play going, and it's a first down for Appleton North, a minute 37 to play.
Brett, wouldn't it be fun if both Kimberly and Kaukauna made it to the finals?
Well, how about Appleton North?
Appleton, either one.
How about Nina?
I was talking about Kimberly and Kaukauna, though.
Because of being champions?
Yep.
Yeah. Olsen, high arcing pass. Little miscommunication there. So what's the game plan for you? I know we had a photographer here tonight, right? So
Yeah, we did. Bill Glasheen was here.
Okay.
The plan is for me to have like one roundup. Now, I've had City of Appleton roundups, and then the Fox Valley roundup. It's just going to be one. And then because I have to make sure that I'm up right away and getting ready to, get those bracket matchups set up for our playoff teams and posting that right away too. So the great Mike Sherry, Brett, he's at his son's wedding tonight.
Yeah, congratulations.
So
great.
he will not be working tonight. That's me.
He'll still be
putting that up.
working.
Well, he can never stay away
No.
because he's Mike Sherry. The guy grinds out everything.
He's at the head table right now with his laptop up, open.
Probably.
Doing some work.
Yep, watching the family dance.
So third down coming up. But, yeah, again, you need a digital subscription to see those articles, right? $1
Yep.
for 6 months. So you want to check out Ricardo's recap of this game. And, of course, Bill Glasheen's photo gallery later tonight on postcrescent.com. So check that out. And then Ricardo tomorrow will post the brackets. A little bit different now as Olsen's going to let it go downfield. Intercepted for the Papermakers again, and that's number 0, Cody Oberman. And he's still on his feet, and that is going to put this one away. The Papermakers, Ricardo, are going to win this game, and they're going to clinch a share of the FVA championship.
Oh, it's been their night, all night, that Kimberly defense. Making big play after big play. The weather obviously played a part of this, but got a feel for Appleton North, Brett, to go into their backup quarterback, Kreitzer. Maybe I can find out what happened to him from Coach Salm, but hopefully it's nothing too serious. But he did come back in the second half to play
for a little
series.
bit. But I was going to say, Ricardo, with the brackets, a little bit different, right? You don't have to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning.
But I didn't mind that, though, because I was up at that time anyway, normally. I just like to have all the information in hand. I'm one of those kind of guys, and tomorrow I got to wait and wade through all the bracket nonsense that they do, make it last an hour when I could just have all the sheets at the same time. It's just annoying. I'm an old man. Let me be.
I could see why, trying to make it a big reveal show. They kind of do that with basketball.
That's fine,
brackets
but
as
why
well.
not just give the journalists who who are there every week and week out, just let us have it so we can do the story quick.
Get it ahead of time.
And then put an embargo on it so it doesn't come out till after that show's
There's
done.
your media advisory topic.
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna have to ask Todd Clark about it, Brett. You know, that's a great thing. Great idea.
43-0, the Rockets with the victory over Oshkosh North. So Nina 7-2 going into the playoffs. And if there's any updates on that Bayport West Appear game, we'd like to know how that one is playing out as well.
It was like 42 something.
Oh, it was now?
Yeah, one of the
Bayport?
Yeah, one of the YouTube commenters commented on that.
And another timeout coming for Appleton North.
See if I can get it from old Doug Ritchie. One of our favorites.
Yeah.
Former newspaper guy, too. People don't know that.
Well, I remember that.
42-26 Bayport, but that's near the end of the third quarter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that game's taking a little longer, probably because of all the passing. You know, they both teams like to throw the ball around, Brett.
Surprised in this weather. Yeah, Pirates, remember, they started out 0-2. Who did they play? What was it?
Well, they played, was it Middleton?
Yeah, Middleton, and then Kimberly.
Kimberly, that's true.
Yeah, so what was like taking on the top two teams in Division I at that time. And then since then, the Pirates looking like they're going to peel off 7 straight victories going into the playoffs. Another nice season by Gary Westerman and his staff. Third down now for the Papermakers.
They'll play an FVA team. They always
always will. And it always seems like it's Appleton North.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Based on another final timeout now coming for Appleton North. But Ricardo, you got to think if that matchup were to happen again, that would be up at Swamico.
Yeah, you never know how the seeds pop out. But, you know, if Bayport holds on to win, right, they'd probably have a 1 or 2 seed.
Being a conference champ.
Yes. But you never know with the HAL 9000. I mean, you never know what it's going to spit out, right?
Now, is that the thing that SpaceX just launched today to go study this asteroid? It's supposed to go into space for a couple years and then run into this asteroid?
Nope, that's a HAL 9000 supercomputer from 2001. It just went haywire, went a little paranoid, and started killing off the other astronauts on the ship.
Like the AI.
Watch the movie. It's a great movie. Yeah, it's the first real delve into robotics having too much artificial intelligence.
That's what scares me about the AI stuff right now.
That was back in, 68, 69 when that came out? They saw the future, Brett.
Yeah, they also saw flying cars in our future by the year 2023 as well. I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Come on, Back to the Future.
So 57.9 seconds to go. Punt by Kimberly and Appleton North. Bergen. Whoa, watch out. He is able to scoop it up.
Yeah.
Tough to kind of look up into that sky, right, with those raindrops coming down. What's your thoughts on these two teams, Ricardo, as they enter the playoffs? Here's my thoughts. Defense.
Well, defense, and not just that. I mean, look, a lot of these mistakes happen, in my opinion, because of the opposing defense, but also because of just some of these mistakes. Is it weather-related? Is it just, kind of maybe inexperience at the quarterback position with the backup in there? And it's tough to say. All I know is that both these teams are going to be tough outs in the postseason.
Primarily because of that defense.
Because their defenses are going to keep them in the game.
Exactly.
Waving off the flag.
Kimberly, actually, Ricardo, now trying to put away 2 straight shutout victories over Appleton North. Remember, they shut out the Lightning last year.
That's true.
In week 4, I wanted to say that was, and chance to blank their rivals again.
Appleton North's last win over Kimberly, I believe, was the
playoffs in 2021, right? The team that went to the state semifinals.
Yeah, that's the one that knocked out Coach Jones, his final game.
Was that a state quarterfinal game? And then Appleton North took on Franklin, right, in the state semifinals?
Yeah, they should. Don't even bring that up to me. That should have been North's crowning moment there.
That was a very talented North team.
I know Burkett's a special quarterback, but man, oh man, that's still got to eat at you if you're in North grad. They had that one won.
Twice they lost to Franklin, remember? Non-conference game, and then in the state semifinals. Nice pitch and catch there. Good throw, and Michael Guido with the reception, the junior wide receiver. No timeouts remaining. So Appleton North, Ricardo, just trying to run some stuff here and go in, feel good about themselves as they await their playoff path. Olsen looking to his left. This time almost intercepted. Benny Kiefer coming in quick. Just couldn't corral if it knocks it down.
Intended for number 11, Michael Guido.
I'm going to have some also as part of that bracket break. Well, not really. It's not going to be a breakdown, but I'm going to kind of give like an overview on what teams I feel, have drawn, good seeds, matchup possibilities. It's more of an overview, more or less than breakdown of each division. But at least that's what I plan. You never know, Brett. Once I get going on it, sometimes I'm like, oh, let me just do each division.
Got a text from a guy I know. He said Fondy, a very dangerous team and seed. No doubt. That's a good observation.
No doubt.
They're a very scary team. And almost intercepted again by Kiefer. But, yeah, that's a Fond du Lac team. I don't think I'd want to be facing those guys either.
Now, did they make the playoffs?
Well, they had to beat Oshkosh West, right?
Okay, right.
Would that officially get them in?
No,
or
they'd be eligible. Okay. I think they'd be on the bubble.
More than likely probably in, though.
Boy, I would not want to play them.
No.
Definitely not. That's an 8 seed. So, what if Bayport gets the 1? You know what I mean? You're talking about having to play them, or maybe someone in the southeastern part of the state.
Yeah, you look at Fond du Lac. Remember, 0-4 start that saw lose by a combined 3 points in setbacks against Appleton North and Kimberly in weeks 3 and 4.
Oh, Kreitzer's back in now.
Yeah, but you're right. All of a sudden, Fond du Lac, you get them in there, and they're playing much better. Not that they were playing bad football to begin with. They're just those first 2 losses to Franklin and Sussex Hamilton were pretty lopsided. But then we streamed that game against Appleton North in week 3. Remember, that was a great battle at
it was a great battle,
Cardinal
and I think,
Stadium.
That's a young Fondy team in a lot of key areas. So it took them a while to kind of find their footing, and boy, oh boy, the FVA is a meat grinder, isn't it?
It is, and again, that's what we're talking about. They're maybe not a superstar team, but a lot of teams that are very talented, not a lot of separating them, good defenses. How about the Rockets? I guess it depends on they intercepted for the Papermakers again. That's number 22. Thomas Myers, the senior defensive back, picks it off, slides, and that's how it's going to end with 5.2 seconds to go. So one more kneel down for Kimberly to officially put this one in the books. But again, Rockets, if they have Evan Van Evenhoven back at quarterback, that's a dangerous team with Grant Dean.
Dangerous team, yes, and
a good defense as well. Defense
that's kind of
going to
have to be. That's going to be my Division I kind of like. I don't know.
Yeah,
I got to use that emoji, right? The one where the guy's like, "Oh, you don't know." This is the first time I can honestly say that, Brett, where there's no real, standout team that you can kind of point to and say, well, they're probably the odds-on favorite.
No, I'm getting a text. Was it Fondy's winning 45 zip over Oshkosh West? Is that true?
Wow. Well, they're making sure there's no doubt.
Yeah.
Because I think Oshkosh West was probably vying for a playoff spot too.
Well, there you go. That final final kneel down puts this one to bed with the final scores. We look at our Cellcom and ETS performance scoreboard. Kimberly with the victory, 14-0 over Appleton North. With the win, Ricardo, Kimberly shares the Fox Valley Association Championship, another FVA title for the Papermakers. This time they're sharing it, though, with their nearby rivals, their neighboring rivals, Kaukauna. So that puts a bow on the regular season, a fun season in the FVA. But I guess, again, we kind of talked about it, but some final thoughts before you head down to the field.
I can't wait to see who these teams play.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see how this unfolds. Sometimes it's cool to not have a favorite, Brett, like a team that's above and beyond. I guess maybe you can even in Kaukauna, they have West Pier in there.
Yeah, right.
In the area. So this is going to be the most fun I think we're going to have because it's uncertain. You don't know who's the favorite team, and we might see a surprise. You mentioned Nina.
You never know, right?
Maybe with Van Evenhoven back, maybe they're going to put that run together. I mean, we won't even know after 1 or 2 weeks. I think this is going to be 3-4 weeks down the line, Brett, to get to the quarters and semis to find out who we got. It's going to be great, and it'll be a lot of fun. So check it out. Tomorrow, early afternoon, I should have all that completed. And
again, don't forget to check out the reveal show, right, on those 4 news stations I mentioned.
I'm going to head down, Brad. You can give that I would give that information again.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, we'll see you next week. Rosie, great job putting this all together again. Have a good one, guys.
Sounds good, Ricardo. We'll see you later. Again, the WIA, the live show, the bracket reveal, tomorrow begins at 10 a.m. It's a 1-hour show, and it's streamed live on the websites of these 4 TV stations. WKOW TV in Madison, WXOW TV in La Crosse, WAOW TV in Wausau, and WQOW in Eau Claire. So just log on to any of those stations and you can watch how the brackets come out. And then the WIA will post that information, the brackets, after the live show. So I'll definitely be doing that. I'm sure many across the state will be doing that as well. Let me run down the scoring before we dry off here a little bit. Just 2 touchdowns, both by Kimberly. The first in the opening quarter, a 26-yard pass from Carson Pendleton to Bryson Veith, back of the end zone, made it 7-0 with 4:04 to play. And then the 76-yard interception return for a score by Landon Van Offeren. 4:31 to play in the third quarter is when that one came down, made it 14-0 at the time, and that's how the game comes to a close with the victory. Kimberly finishes its regular season 7-1 overall, 6-1 in the Fox Valley Association. The Papermakers are conference co-champs with Kaukauna. Appleton North finishes its regular season 6-3 overall, 4-3 in league play. Both teams will find out their playoff road tomorrow at 10 a.m. when we do as well. Again, as for us, we will be somewhere for a first-round game. We just don't know where, but I'll make that announcement on my Twitter account at PCBrettsy, so please give me a follow. And you can always access any of our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. Final thank you to our sponsors, Cellcom. At Cellcom, putting you at the center of all they do means saving you $500 when you join. You choose the plan, number of lines, and phone. Visit cellcom.com for details. ETS Performance, the leading provider of sports performance training for athletes across the Midwest and Northeast Wisconsin. ETS provides a customized approach to strength, speed, and injury prevention training for all athletes of all sports ages 8 and up. Train like the pros and take your performance to the next level. Visit etsperformance.com to schedule your free athlete evaluation today at the ETS location nearest you. And finally, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net. So for Rosie, for Ricardo, and as always, the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, this is Brett Christopherson saying so long from Paul Engen Field here at Appleton North High School. Once again, the final score tonight, Kimberly 14, Appleton North nothing. Thanks for watching, everybody.